I guess I never came back, huh? Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Apologize. I don't know why it happens. I don't. What's up, Rob? How are you? So, should be getting a computer in like a week or two. So, cigar time will be coming to an end, but me dropping will no longer happen. Yeah, I'm gonna stick around, Brandon. I'm gonna stick around. Like I said, man, me and you have had our private talks. Um, I'm still gonna be making content. I'm gonna go. We're gonna go 3 days a week. So tomorrow I'll be making a video. I'll be dropping it on Monday, and then we're gonna do Monday, Wednesday, Friday until I have this kid. Friday, Saturday lives. I'm still gonna be. I'm still gonna be making videos. So even when I have the kid, we'll still be doing a live that week. We'll just have to decide on a day. So you guys be looking out in the post. I also mentioned it in the video. Um, yeah, man, I just got wrapped up. Honestly, YouTube's brutal. I know you guys probably don't see it that much, but YouTube is brutal. People are brutal on YouTube. You get sucked in on the numbers, um, the views, the likes. I know this is funny because I go after so many content creators, but I always thought, eventually if I got there, I would have some people, that I could do like lives with and enjoy and even be friends with. I just learned the hard way, man. That's just not how it is. So, like I said, I had to take a mental reset. We'll be back on it Monday. I'm gonna start making some different content too. Um, so, like I said, we kind of talked about this on the live last night. So, if what do you mean again, Brandon? Yeah, Rob. I don't know if you're talking about. I was super busy with work. I was working 14-hour days all this past week, and so and I needed to just get my brain on right. So trying to do what's best for me. Obviously, I want to make content for you guys, 100%. But it's been hard. It's been difficult for sure. Oh, got you, Brandon. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if I go out. We'll go inside. Uh, yeah, yeah. Like I said, Brandon, I try to, and it hasn't even been content creators. It's been other people like in the Discord and stuff like that. So, yeah, try to be a nice guy and try to do good things for people, and just feel like people get what they want from you, and then kind of they fuck you and dump you. Essentially, that's how I feel. So, got to do what's best for me at the end of the day. I appreciate that, Rob. I try to be. I try to be. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I know. Like you saw, I was talking about in the Discord the other day when I was kind of losing my shit a little bit. Like, even if I disappeared, I still was gonna hook you up with the Ascended Heroes ETP. So I got your address. I just wouldn't tell you shit, and it'd just show up at your front door, and you'd be mad. So, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. I promise. I'm very transparent. If you guys ever want to know anything, go join my Discord. You don't have to even like talk on there, but I'm very transparent up on there. And you guys can ask me questions too. I'm an open book, man. So, like I said, if you didn't see the live last night, it wasn't very long. Watch the first half of it. We kind of went into a deeper talk about it. So, yeah, Jacob, what do you mean Henry would be the only guy worth it in your opinion? Yeah, Rob. I am. I'm a very caring dude. I truly am. Um, yeah, I know it doesn't seem like it at times, but I want to do. I want to be able to give away to you guys. I have done giveaways for you guys. I want, I made this channel because I didn't agree with a lot of things that are being said. I didn't agree with people flip flopping, which nobody gives a fuck about that. Um, yeah, man. Like, I don't. I love pushing other people, so I just have to change my expectations of that. Does that make sense? Sense? Like, I try to do it for a good reason. I just need to know that when I do that, they are going to leave or stop supporting. You know what I'm saying? I got to switch my mindset. That's all, and I have. Bond. It is in my post. It's like the top post. I try to. I try to. I try to. Brandon. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. TCG Market Data. And I like your videos too. Like I said, and I didn't want you to take anything I said about MSRP like offensively. Like when you said I'm done doing MSRP, I'm just gonna enjoy life. Like I was like, cool, man. You do you. You know, I stand on this side of the fence, but I don't tell you guys like you're a bad person for doing whatever. But yeah, man. Like you said, um, I made this YouTube channel. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to have a community. I wanted to help people out so not they don't get hyper shelled, FOMO'd. And you guys don't have to agree with my takes. You know, that's the cool thing is I think Ascended Heroes is a mid set. You know, um, but if you guys like Ascended Heroes, go for it. You know, but also I got a kid. I have 4 kids, a newborn. I got a wife. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to juggle it. And I know that the daily stuff is where it's at apparently, but I also don't agree with that, and I just can't keep up. Just can't. So hope you guys can appreciate that. I will say, okay. Oh, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to say it. Brandon, what do you think? Do you think we should have this discussion revolving around what Jacob said? I just don't even know. I don't know if I want to have it, man. I don't know if I want to have it. Oh, oh man, it's cool. If people want to, like you said, Jacob. As far as that, I I don't know how familiar you are with this channel, but when my channel first, um, when I first made the channel and it kind of blew up, I told people I don't have friends. Like I work, I get up, I work, I come home, I take care of my kids, my family, my wife, and so for me, I look at YouTube, I look at this channel, and ideally, I would like to have friends. You know, like maybe I never meet you, or maybe I do. Maybe in 5 years, I can meet some of you guys or all of you guys. You know, but that's how I felt, and I just need to learn. And I had to learn that there will be some people that are true, friends, but I'm not going to get that. You know, that was a false sense. You know what I'm saying? Bond, yeah, I can't wait for you to make your channel because you said you were going to go on a DJ and DJ's live talk, and I think that'd be funny as shit and call him out. I think I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to take the next year off of going after people. And of course, like I said, something may happen. Something may happen, and I can't hold my tongue. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try to be a good guy. Not a good guy, but not a I hate everybody in the community kind of person, which I do. I don't like a lot of people in the community. Yeah, we got a bunch of Brandons. Yeah, my name's Brandon too. So yeah, Jacob. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I yeah, I'm torn on talking about Henry. I really truly am. Yeah, Bond, you need to give me like a heads up. I don't know. I assume you're not in the Discord, but I will make sure I stay away from DJ. I do. I don't watch. I was watching his content. I stay away from him now. I know a bunch of people really like him. He's got that team. He's got Joey's approval. I guess Mooper too. Um, but I don't watch any of his shit anymore. And it's just again, I'm one person. I'm one person. So yeah, Jacob, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, and Rob, just honestly, products are going to be really hard, not really hard to find, but it's really hard to find right now, unless you want to do like sleeve pack openings, or you have like a Target um, near you. But I mean, honestly, just give your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the more people that do that, there's a guy, Inkbot, that he pops into the lives every now and then. He's got a new channel. His first video really took off. Is like for a small channel, is like 1.3K views, and the rest of them have it. You just have to, unless you're in no rush. If you're in no rush to make content, then I would probably I'd probably chill a little bit, let some people leave first, because I think there's just so many people around. But at the end of the day, people will gravitate towards you, and so just be prepared, my friend. Be prepared for the YouTube. You know, um, yeah, it's a brutal place, man. It truly is. What's up, Inept? How are you? No, Jacob. I'm not his golf buddy. I don't know Henry outside of literally, honestly, the live that we did. Um, we've had one discussion after that, and that's been it. So it's yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You guys let me know if you want my opinion on. If you guys want me to talk about it, I will. But if not, I'll let it lie. How was your gala, Sir Inept? And when is your video coming? I know you got stuff going on, so you may not have a video for a while. I'm gonna keep bugging you about it. Do what's best for you. Joey and Nostalgianomic are friends now. 100%. They decided to be. I don't know if they are or not. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I don't have anything. I do have Facebook. It's personal Facebook. I don't. So I don't know. Whatever Team Rocket Joey does, I have no idea. Like I didn't even know what the Shiny Bird issue was, or that he was talking about getting rage bait. Yeah, I'm not trying to take over either. I don't want 100,000 subscribers. Like, the most I want my channel to get to is enough for me to have a online store in a LGS, I guess, as you would say, and to be able to, no matter what, bull, bear, be able to sell product at MSRP like Danny Phantom. That would be my ideal. That would be the pinnacle. That would be as high as I wanted to get. I don't want to be Rudy. Um, I don't want any of this stuff. And I know Danny Phantom is 100,000 subscribers, but I don't care that to be like that. Okay, I'm. Oh yeah, Joey and anybody. Yeah, a lot of people are really upset about that. And that's what we're in right now, though. Like the right now is the time to be buddies with people because you're going to need those people during the bear market to be able to do these live communications and get people, um, engaged with your channel. So, oh, nice and inept. I miss being drunk. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I miss the feeling of it. No, I'm serious. I don't want 100K. I don't even know if they have a 100K plaque. Yeah, that would, like I said, if I could be at 30K or 5K and be able to have an online store where I could, not obviously not be able to give it to everybody because you just can't get to that point, but be able to do like private discords to the people that support the channel, the people that follow the channel. You know what I'm saying? Um, at MSRP, no matter what, like that would be really cool. So yeah, I don't know what all kind of plaques there are. It'd be cool to get a plaque regardless, though. Yeah, I just wish with Joey, I wish with Joey he would either be like super real or him hit like troll. You know what I'm saying? Like the video he came out with today was talking about, 2026, you want to be a content creator, do this, do that. Like it was sincere and then trolly at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of, but, I mean, it was a good video at the end of the day. I like that he's being more transparent for sure. For sure. Well, unfortunately, Rob, people you gotta adapt. If you don't adapt, you're not, especially the size of his channel, with him already being at 16K in less than a year, or it's been about a year. You, you just want to keep going up. You don't want to go down. Yeah, yeah, that's the goal, man. That would be the goal at the end of the day. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, like I said, at first, yeah, when Joey first came out, he was very basic, very trying to inform people. Like he would have his shorts about this is Zacian or this is Jigglypuff, and Jigglypuff, this is another form of Jigglypuff, and stuff like that. And it just didn't work. And like I said, Mimic Brew, he talked about it, um, where it seemed like for a while Joey was like really trying to do good for the community. Like I said, I think he still does, but he was wrong about a lot of stuff, and so he had to switch up the narrative. But I have been very happy with Joey as of recently, and of course, I don't watch all of his content. So if you guys watch his content every day, you guys may feel different. I'll normally click on his video, listen to the first 30 seconds to a minute of it, and I can get a general idea. Yeah, he's very. I will tell you what, he's very entertaining. 100%. Entertaining. Yeah, yeah. People are gonna do what they want to do, man. So I used to get that argument all the time. People can't change their minds. They can't, like, you know. I just don't. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? That would be like me telling you guys, don't. I'm not buying at MSRP. or I'm not going to GameStop and buying from GameStop. And then just because I really want that Team Rocket small trace box because of the promo, I go to GameStop and I buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, is it that big of a deal? No, probably not, but it goes against everything that I said. So yes, you can have a change in mind. I just think when you push it so hard for so long, you kind of lose the ability to be able to change your mind. Because nobody made you make any of the content. Nobody makes me make content. Nobody makes anybody else make content. So that was where I was going at with all of that stuff. And some of it hit and some of it missed. Yeah, hey, and like I said, um I've got a couple of years to get everything in order. And if you're still around and everything's still clicking along and the world hasn't come to an end, yeah, we could do something like that for sure. For sure. I would love to meet a lot of you guys, Um, I don't know how if that'll ever happen or how that would work out, but you know, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. I don't ever want to be that way. Like I said, my investing that I do, and maybe that's why I have a different look at it, is I'm doing this for my kids. Like obviously I'm putting back a little bit of product for me, but I would say probably 5% I'm putting back for me. The rest of it is all for my kids in like 14, 18 years. So I'm not all like, you have to buy this product now because you can dollar cost. Like, no, like there's going to be better sets in 14 years. So that's how I look at it. Again, it doesn't mean it's for everybody. No, Death Survivals is not evolving skies. No, it's not. Not even close. No. People want to say it is. Yeah, Rob. At the end of the day, you just got to speak with your view or your comments. Some of them, dude. Yeah, people just didn't want to listen to that video, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Um, I'm not here to change anybody's mind. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, you were doing great points until when you were talking about Team Rocket Joey because we all hate Team Rocket Joey." Um, yeah, I don't hate him, but uh, But then you talked about Plumber. And Plumber is a great guy. And then you talked about Mitch. And Mitch, I've gotten my Pokemon Center product because of Mitch. So how dare you talk about Mitch? He is for the community. I stopped listening to your points because I realized you're an idiot. Okay, that's fine. I didn't make the video for you. Yeah, like I said, Bond. I've been riding an Ep's ass for like a month now to get into making videos again. Uh, Bond, you Rob, you just come by the live. Just let me know, and I'll check out your videos and I'll like them. I'll leave a comment. I'll, I'm nobody special, but I think there needs to be more. More of that. I know that's cliche coming from the guy that goes after everybody. If you seem like a solid dude or woman or whatever, for sure. Like, because I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be there and no views. I live in Kentucky, but not in the hills of Kentucky. There's a difference. But here's all I'm going to say about um, I am not going to be doing any lives in 2026 with anybody else. Um, I may, obviously we don't know what's going to happen, right? Uh, I would hope that I can get to 500 by the end of 2026. But any like newer content creators like you, Rob, or you, Bond. Honestly, I thought about doing, and I wanted to do where I just do a live and you guys can come on and we can talk, like, but you show like your face if you wanted to do that, and people didn't seem like they really wanted to do that. So what? Yeah, 2026. The most I'll do is like probably lives with like super small content creators. Like again, you know, even though I have 434 subscribers right now, so that's it. But other than that, I'm sticking to my lane. So that's all I will say about that, unless people want more information. So most of the people, yeah, man, I try to. I try, and yeah, I would love to talk about Pokemon, but and it'll be different. Like we'll look at stuff when I have a computer, but it's hard to right now. Like I don't have the prices all in front of me, and honestly, most people that do the lives, they just talk and chill. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's cool. I think you guys get to know me better. The ones who want to get to know me, I enjoy it. Like I said, if I could, I would go live every single day, but I spend a lot of the time in the car, and that's loud. Otherwise, we'd be doing lives all the time for sure. Let's see, we got Pennsylvania. I'm assuming that's Pennsylvania. Maybe you're a little bit Kentucky. Uh, and up's Boston. Go Sox. San Diego. Okay, so Bond. That's why you have a hard time finding products. Okay, yeah. I mean, people do like watching openings. You just have to. There's a lot of money that's got to go into it. I would definitely tell you don't be doing openings every single day. So, when you first start off, maybe three, 2 to 3 times a week or something like that, because that will rinse you unless you just have a shit ton of money, which you might. You might. I feel like I've missed so much stuff. The computer era is going to be better. Yeah, the Pokemon era, computer era will for sure be better. Like you said, I've already got the monitors ready to go. I've got a mic ready to go and a webcam. So I hope it turns out well. So that will more than likely be like the weekend of Christmas if I can get it all set up. And so GameStop had awards and they won Pokemon Card of the Year. Easy. Yeah. Like I said, I would not be doing like 3 openings a week would be the max. Unless you're just filthy rich, then go for it, man. And I still don't understand what you do because I thought you were retired, but then you're like still doing all that military stuff. People don't like Mega. We talked about this yesterday. People like the old Megas and very specific ones. Mega Gengar, Mega Rayquaza, is it however you pronounce it. Mega Blastoise, Mega Venusaur, which I don't even think a lot of people like. Mega Venusaur, Mega Charizard X, Mega Charizard Y, Mega Alakazam from X and Y. People don't like Mega, and they're not going to like these Megas because they're going to throw in some of the older Megas. But a lot of them are going to be these newer Megas, and they don't. They're lazy. They're lazy. I don't care if the art's better. So Let him push Mega. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still buying Mega. I will be buying Mega for sure. But yeah, like I'm in no rush. Absolutely. I'm not buying cases and cases. That's for damn sure. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. I did not know that, Brandon. That's nuts. Okay. I know combat engineer. I know kind of what you mean by that, but I have no idea what HIMAR crew chief means. Yeah. Woos beans? You don't know where I live. Well, I guess Kentucky. But I can promise you one thing: everybody in Kentucky has guns. So that is like a true statement. But we're not all a bunch of racists like people say we are, or fucking our cousins or stepsisters or whatever, or farm animals. That's not a normal thing here. It does happen though. Don't get me wrong. It for sure happens. Let's see. I'm probably still behind. Best new mega is Scolipede, and that says a lot. I guess I didn't really look. I didn't look too much. Was that a part of the? Was that the original mega, or like the megas for ZA, or was that the DLC? I know they did one for Tatsugiri, and they made it look fucking retarded. It literally looks like some sushi chopped up. Okay, so I can't decide on my favorite Pokemon. It's super hard for me to decide, but my top three are not the new for alligator, even though it kind of looks cool on the EX. Is for alligator, Typhlosion, and Swampert. Those are all right. I guess people are leaving. Yeah, no, I said I'd be right back. I guess you guys didn't hear me, so my apologies. But my son's got three other 13-year-old dum dums downstairs, and so they're making a freaking rack and wreck it, and then everybody's asleep. My wife, and my kids are asleep, so my apologies. Like I said, all of this will be better. Just give me a couple weeks. Um, it's fucking madhouse here all the time. So, my apologies, guys. Let's see if I missed anything. Yeah, I did. I muted it intentionally so you guys could not hear me. You like Charizard? Yeah. I mean, Charizard's fine. It's just it's just not my favorite, you know. But again, everyone has their own favorites. I know Ludwig. He really likes Terapagos and Cerulege. You know. I'm, I'll be honest. I'm a little Terrapagos fan as of late, so I'm gonna be picking that card up. But each his own, man. I like the Charizard X that just came out, but that 151 Charizard is awful, in my opinion. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, they are not very smart, and they are addicted to phones, and they have no respect. Like you being in the military, you your kid would probably be well behaved, but they're all super disrespectful now. Like parents just don't know how to raise their kids anymore. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Armored Mewtwo is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, and you got to think they'll probably do a card, at some point. Armored Mewtwo again, but it'd be cooler because the artwork's getting better. But that is a good card. It's fairly expensive in my opinion for what it is because it's a promo. It is cool. Pikachu, Snorlax, and Squirtle. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I personally, I like Raichu a lot, especially all the different forms, like the surfing Raichu, where he has the board for his tail. I think that's really cool. But yeah, like Pikachu is better than Raichu all day, just because that's what not everybody, but a lot of people, that's what they grew up with, So um, I do like Blastoise. Like I said, we're in the discussions of a Blastoise card. Yeah, that's a fair take, Brandon. I think still think I still think that the 151 Charizard is the worst Charizard from Scarlet and Violet, in my opinion. The Walt, Makita, or Milwaukee? Yeah, I normally used to work with. Milwaukee sucks. No, not Milwaukee. Sorry. What is it? No, I think isn't Milwaukee the green or not the green blue one? I think DeWalt. DeWalt still has problems, but I think DeWalt is kind of the best. Yeah, the Ancient Mew card. It is super unique. I don't think they've really ever done. What'd be cool is the I can't remember what era it's from. I know it's pretty old, but you know how they had like the Ho Ho with the Lugia, and it was the two cards split in half, or the Rayquaza with the Deoxys. Like that would be cool. But if they only put in one card, I'm sure Brandon's gonna know what I'm talking about. Woozy beans, you like turtles. So what? Would you consider Terrapagos a turtle? Because it's got like a shell. I like Mega Blastoise better. I will be quite excited if they have a Mega Blastoise. I have a tortoise. So yes, well, no, I don't like turtles. I like tortoises. That's crazy, Brandon. So did you at least get the Mew? I pulled I pulled the Paldea Face Charizard out of a 10, and it got a 10. So, but I sold it. Sold it when I needed to. Way too early. I think I sold it for $400, and that thing's ballooned up like crazy. I know at some point it was going for almost 1,000. That's crazy. That is pretty crazy, Brandon. One Bubble Mew and one Guardy. That is great. Yeah, I can't remember. Can't, they weren't tag team though, were they? Because it was like the two cards, and they split them in half, and so you would have like Rayquaza's body on the first card, and then on the bottom card would be like some of Rayquaza, and then like Deoxys flying out of it, or the Ho Ho and the Lugia. They had Kyogre and Groudon. Look it up on eBay. Kyogre and Groudon card. Yes, one day I will own a Bubble Mew. Also, it'll probably be I think like Chinese or simplified Chinese. One of those is coming out. They're still behind, but they're coming out. They'll be coming out with Baudet and Fates here soon. So if that card comes out, it's like $100. I'm pulling the trigger on it. And I think the Bubble Mew from Paldea and Face, the English version, I think it's going to come down more. I could see that card being, probably soft spot landing around 350. Ideally, I would like it to be less, but I think it'll get to 350. Do I like Mewtwo or do I like Mew also? How many cards do I have? So earlier this year, really had an unfortunate time. I had to sell off everything. So I had the Umbreon that I pulled, the Latias. I had two of those from Surging Sparks. I've got, altogether bulk EXs, couple SIRs. I've got probably 20,000 cards, but a lot of them are bulk, so that's the thing. That's why I did a 25 SIR video. That's why I'm picking up stuff in Japanese because I've just been chilling, waiting. So depends on how you want to classify that. What do you mean? What's my son's name? I have several sons. Okay, so Jacob, you're a big fan of the modern. What do you mean modern Mewtwo's? Like ultra modern? So like Destined Rivals, Ascended Heroes? Because I don't know if you have even seen, but the Shining Legends Mewtwo, it has a name for it. If you're wanting to drop some money, that is the card, in my opinion, to get. Um, yeah, no, they were not Japanese cards. They're English. They might have been Japanese. I'll we'll talk about it some other time. I wish I had my computer or an iPad out here or something. Yeah, you can master set it for sure. It's just going to be expensive. So, okay, yeah. I mean, I was just saying, like, if you were willing to pay what the Destin Rivals Mewtwo, it's dropped down. It's like 450, something like that. You can get a Shining Legends Mewtwo near mint. Of course, I would recommend going to eBay, but for the same price, I think it might be a little bit more expensive. Maybe like $500. 6, 7, Grayson and Beckham. I don't think they're sideways. I think they're like stacked on top. You might be right though. I don't. L names. Well, I'll tell you this: when you when the mothers are determined, to name the child. Yeah. So I wanted to name my youngest. I wanted to name him Kane. My wife wouldn't let me. So we had to negotiate terms. I think Beckham's cool. I think Brayson's cool. It's different. Woozy doesn't like that. Pansy by my wife's mother-in-law, her Chihuahua, terrible dog. I no offense if anyone has Chihuahuas, hate Chihuahuas. And her dog's name is Tansy, so that's why it made me laugh, is because I was thinking about this little shit dog that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Jacob, you know how it is. My name is Quan Quantirius. Yeah, sure. 6'7". Let's hear your joke. People come up with crazy names all the time. Yeah, Brandon, I can't see the Discord right now. It definitely fits for that. Yeah, ankle biters. Yeah, I was six, afraid of seven. I don't know. I'll be honest. I think that whole meme, the whole 6'7" meme. I think that's some of the dumbest shit that I've ever heard. But like I said, that's why these teenagers nowadays worry about our society. Yes, that was a good one. 6'7". Yeah, dude. TikTok. Well, I see TikTok, just social media in general. That's why I don't have anything. I don't have Instagram. I do have an Instagram, but it's only to see what an app's doing. I don't have TikTok. None of that shit. I don't need it. I don't want it. YouTube's as good as it gets for me. So, doing a live. What are you doing, dum dum? Yeah. Yes. There was 14, but 9 now because they saw you. And they saw you in shorts at 21 degrees, and they're like, "What an idiot!" See, I don't have that. I don't have any like property really. So any land. I live in the middle of the city, small city, small city. I don't know what makes you guys think that that's bracing. Oh, you're right. I just curious how you. Uh, are you one of those dumb kids that are in my house right now? 6'7". My son is 7 and already acts like teenager. Yeah, dude, you're in for a rough, very rough time. Yeah, no, he's 13. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go beat up my son here in a little bit because I think one of those kids. I don't know how they have found me. I'm just saying 6'7". You said Brayson, which I don't think I've ever specified which one of my kids was the oldest by name, and then you said where I live, which is doxing, by the way. So I don't know how the yeah yeah I think we'll see. How did he find me? Tell him that that's like doxing. Like you can't do that. And tell him to get off. Oh, I'll block him from the channel. And tell him to subscribe though, but to get off. Oh, fucking idiots. These kids are dumber than a box of rocks. Yeah, sub and then get off. And like the stream too. I did. I said, I don't even know how he found me. Oh, well, got a sub. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be out a little bit since you're going to dox where I live. Bunch of dum dums. Goodbye. Keep it down downstairs. What? Close the door. All right. Sorry about that, guys. We're pop after 9. That's crazy. Well, at least they didn't give my address away. That would have been real bad. Yeah. 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 Very doomed. I'm telling you. This whole new generation is special. So the good thing is though, I'll be dead before any of them can be president. So I don't have to worry about that. You got a good point. You got a good point in that. That's a valid point, actually. Oh, in your family, most people don't live till 65. That really sucks. You know what's funny too? They think that they're so cool. Like they're so proud of themselves right now. Well, guys, unfortunately, I'm not going to let this video go. It's not going to get posted. So we can say whatever we want to say because I'm not putting this up for anybody else to know where I live. So Oh, by the way, Bond, did you say Peter Griffin yesterday? Start dropping the T. Okay. What do you guys want to know? Temp check. I have no idea. Last I checked, it was 21 degrees. So yeah, probably less than that. I don't understand it. Everyone, uh, Brandon Ludwig, he said it's like what 60, 64 degrees, 54 degrees, something like that. So I don't understand how it's 21 where I'm at, and you guys, I'm in Kentucky. You guys are in North Carolina. I guess you guys are on the coast though. No, Woozy, I don't play any games. I will be starting to play CS:GO 2 when I get this new computer. I used to play Xbox, Call of Duty, all the fun stuff here. But I get rid of it. So yeah, I got too many kids for games. So for sure, for sure. Well, anything you guys want to know, any anything at all? This is going to be full blown, as honest as it can be. So go ahead and shoot because this is not getting posted. So which sucks, but it's okay. 45 degrees here. It's in California. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, inept. He's a. If you guys are Destiny 2 fans, he's got a Destiny's YouTube channel. Where about are you, Brandon? You must be what, like Illinois, New York, for snowing. Gary, the king of Pokemon. He is a goober. He is. he. I don't think he's actually married. Um, I think he said he has kids, but I think he's a scumbag too because he owns AGS, and AGS did a bunch of shady shit when they first came out, and he was like co-owner, and they were saying, "Oh no, he's not," and he was promoting them and stuff like that. So, I think he's pretty scummy. Okay, Pennsylvania, yeah, that would explain it. Oh, let's see. What's up, Super? How are you, my friend? Why? I got rid of it because I was no longer playing it. My son was full blown addicted to it, in my opinion, because he may be watching still. And we thought it was unhealthy for him. So, not playing it. Plus, on top of um, just needed to get it out of the house. What happened to Live with Henry? What do you mean, Bond? Showing in Maryland? Yeah, I'm not super familiar where Maryland is. It's like Washington around there, right? Something like that. And there is no turkey. Um, it's freezing outside, so no turkey. Unfortunately, Blood, I saw you. I'm sorry, I've not acknowledged you yet. It's been a crazy last 20 minutes. So you hopped in while a bunch of goofy stuff was happening. But I'll try to get her in some videos for you guys. I know, Inept. I know. Yesterday when I said I was going live, you told me to shut the fuck up and that no one cares. And then today you say the stream's the worst. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, my friend. True. You saying true to tell me to shut up? I'll tell you what though, it's so cold that this is pretty much turned into a slushy, and it's a Red Bull. But yeah, any questions, takes? Let's just get it all out. Yeah, I hope we get some snow before Christmas. That would be nice. Or on Christmas. Ever since I've lived in Kentucky, I've only had 1 year um, with snow. Why do I stay outside even though it's super cold? I like to smoke my cigars on the weekends. That's the only time I get to smoke them. And I've got my wife. Well, she's awake now because of the kids downstairs. But I've got four teenagers running around my house. So I try to be respectful of everybody in my house and respectful to you guys. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean we get snow every year, but normally it's like maybe February, March. Super. You think you don't think that that there's a crash or there's going to be a crash? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. No. They go downstairs and they do their own thing. So it's cool by me. A okay with me that they do that. I will not be pillow fighting any of them. Bond, I don't know if you're still in here or not, but I'm not sure about what your question was. What you mean by your question? So. Yeah. Are a bunch of people actually jumping to One Piece, or is that just kind of like the rumor mill? Technically, it's not a crash from an investing perspective, just a normal. Well, I mean, but here's the thing, though, Inept. When you look at some of the booster boxes and some of the cards, some of there it is a crash. If the definition of a crash is 30%, there is product and items that are crashing. So, so Bond, there's yeah, but I mean, if you look at okay, sorry, Bond, I'll get to your thing in a minute. Here's the thing, though, Inept. If that's the case, then then technically there will never be a crash, right? If everything grew to 200% and and we don't consider 30% of a downward turn as a crash, then we will never be in a crash. It'll always be just considered a correction at that point because I don't see these cards taking or booster boxes taking a 200 300% drop. You know what I'm saying? So I know how that's some people's logic, especially like Nostalgianomics. That's his logic, but I just don't necessarily agree with that. I think because when you hear about Bitcoin, when Bitcoin's down 40%, they call that a crash. So and that's an interesting point, though. I'm definitely interested to discuss that more with you. Yeah. So Bond, there was never. I did a live a a while ago, about a month ago. I did a live with Henry, and it was great. You know, I thought super nice guy, super cool. Quite excited to do more lives, and there's just been some things that and just there was never another time for a set live. Just say that. I just am deciding to not do any lives with anybody because I just don't think that it's best. And to be frank, I don't think Henry really likes me or my channel that much. To be honest with you, I don't think that during the live that I thought he had a good time, but then after you see him talking with other content creators, which is fine, I'm not for everybody, and I was extremely shy, than how I normally am. Um, so maybe I just didn't do that good of a job, but I just he acted really excited to have me on. He said he was really happy with how everything went, and there's just there's no real communication. He's had other people on, that came on after me, so it's just like I'm just good. Some of his takes I haven't really been liking, so but that's what it is. Go without going into it in depth, which I can if you guys want me to. That's the best way I could do that. Let's see. Let's see. Brandon, I agree with you. Blood, I hope you're still in here. How are you doing? If not, all good. No, an actual crash would be lower than a previous support, but that's traditional investing, so not really seems good because you don't like him. Okay. So then what we will do, Inept, is because in videos, I will say if something, uh, if, for example, let's say a card is like above me, right? Let's say it's down 50% from what it was 3 months ago. I'm going to say it's a crash. Now, you, of course, could say, oh, well, you're saying that because you're a dum dum. You could be saying that, oh, because that sounds better in videos. But to me, I'm just going to consider it a crash. So we'll just have to agree to disagree on that. I'm not a investor bro. I'm just me. Just so you know from any of the future videos, if you watch them, that's what we're gonna do. A beard. Yeah, inapt. As far as with that, I'm not familiar with that. I started watching Henry probably a couple months before he hit me up, which of course was before that video. Um, and I know that Brandon Ludwig, he said that Pokebeard wasn't cool with him. Yeah, but again, everyone likes their own stuff. Like, you like DJ? I don't like DJ. I don't trust DJ. That's the beautiful thing about the internet. There's Blood. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Just sitting in the corner, sitting in the shadows, being all quiet, jerking in a little bit. That's what I like to hear. I don't know about that, Bond. I'm not going to go there with it. I'm just, yeah, I'm just going to say that um, is the best way I can word this. I just had other expectations with him. So, so unfortunately, let down. Don't meet people that you like. Don't meet your heroes. I'm not saying that he was a hero of mine. That's kind of where it's at. So, let's see. I don't know, Brandon. Do you think that that's pretty much hits the nail on the head, or should I go harder than that? What should slash could I trade my Unova heavy hitters box for? Honestly, my opinion, I would keep your, the heavy hitters box. I would let it appreciate and grow. Look at what happened with Crown Zenith Sea and Sky. Even if it takes a couple of years, I think black and white is going to do extremely well. Do I think it's going to be like this super duper like your destined rivals, which is what everyone says? No, but I think that people are not appreciating it for what it is. So I would just hold on to it. But I mean, also you could go into a UPC, SPC. You go, I don't know what they're going for right now. So booster boxes, you're gonna be putting money into it. I think the Charizard UPC is going to be a good thing. It's going to probably go down in price, but I would black and white. People argue with this all the time. I think black and white they're going to have a harder time printing it. Um, because it's two separate sets. People say it's not, but it is. It's two separate sets. It's White Flare, Black Bolt. They are two completely different sets, two completely different cards. And I think that the amount of product, the other sets that people are going to want, I don't see Black Bolt, White Flare getting a bunch of reprints. You know what I'm saying? So take that information as you want. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if I need to elaborate better. Yeah, and people, sorry, Brandon, I just saw your thing about we're not crashing just yet. We're not full blown crashing. We definitely do have product and cards that are crashing. Again, in my terms. Um, so, and people are arguing we're not going to see a bear market. Like bear markets are done. Get a little pump. That's right. That's what I like to hear all day. Yeah, yeah, Brandon, I agree. I agree. Woody, sorry, Woody, I agree. Um, yeah, I, I was like, because I think Journey Together. I know this is gonna be a crazy take, crazy take. I think Journey Together could be kind of like that Fusion Strike style, even though Journey Together is a smaller set, right? But nobody likes Journey Together. Very few people do. Just like Fusion Strike, very few people really did like Fusion Strike. Still want to get some Journey Together, but I think Black Bolt White Flare is going to surprise people. I really do. There is reprints of Black Bolt White Flare coming supposedly. Yeah, when people say something, you need to. Yeah, I agree. Like, let's slow down right now. Needs the break. I agree, man. Yeah, I'm all for it. Like I said, I think we will get a return of people during January, February, March. But I don't think Ascended Heroes is going to be that like super thing that people are going to go crazy for. I also think people are going to get surprised with the amount of product that is available for each and every single drop. So I think what's going to happen though is when people come back, they're going to go to Sword and Shield, and then after Sword and Shield has its time in the sun, they're going to go to the April. They're going to go to the stuff that got closed out. So your Paldea Evolved, your Obsidian Flames, your 151s. If I still think we're going to get more 151, but they're not. Until we get reprints of it, people. And so I think the back half of Scarlet and Violet people are gonna be paying as much of attention to it, and then of course we will get. I think we'll be getting reprints, so that'll be a good time to pick it up, and then of course your Mega and stuff like that. So, Euphoria Fit for sure. Lily Scalfair. It is. It. I'm not a big like trainer card person, and I know that's really not maybe trainer Pokemon kind of person. I personally really like the Salamence from Journey Together. I have two of those. I have one in a worthless crap tag 10, which I'm very happy with. I'm very proud of that card. And then I just have a raw. So that's my favorite card from Journey Together. I do like the Lilies card. I'm just not going to pay that much for what it's going for right now. Yeah, I'm waiting for the price to go down as well because people don't care about it, but I do expect it to go up. I think it's going to surprise people. What do you mean inept about Magic the Gathering bundle? I have no idea what you mean by that. Yeah, trainers are. Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, English wise, we're for English. Yeah, I think that Salamence. Like when I first saw that Salamence, I was like, that Salamence is so cool. It's very simple. Um, but I mean, what do you need from it? It's a Salamence flying slash resting on with clouds all around it. It's a beautiful card, in my opinion. So, and not even beautiful, kind of menacing looking, all good stuff. What's up, Dan? How are you, my friend? Didn't know if we were going to see you today or this week. Well, Woody, if you want, I can send you some pictures of it, and maybe we can work out a trade or something for that Blastoise. Everyone say what's up to Mimic Brew, Sir Brew. Final Fantasy, nice. Yeah, people are big fans of Final Fantasy. So I just can't get Magic has never been something for me. Like I like their what is it, Universes Beyond, like the Office that they have with Dwight Schrute. I want to get a couple of those cards. So yeah. Sorry, I saw Dan's comment. Yeah, guys. Sometimes we have Mr. Brew come in. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Dan. I watch all your content, so I haven't seen your hottest cards of the week video yet. I want to watch that tonight, but all your other videos. So but it's cool. People think it's cool. A small little fry like me with Mr. Brew that comes in. So that's what I meant. I didn't know if we were going to get graced with your beautiful shiny dome. I don't know who Diggle is. Yeah, super. That's a. I think they need to keep printing. I think they need to keep printing prismatic, and they're going to. I think they're going to keep printing prismatic. I agree. They need to focus on some other sets for sure, but I think they are. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're going to see prismatic ETBs. I think we're going to see them $80 or below by the end of 2026. Yes, yes, Dan. Everybody in chat knows you much better than me. That's for sure. But they still are excited to see you. Ball in the beautiful. Journey together to the moon. I think Journey together would be good. No, I don't. And honestly, inept, he's not going to give that to me. He's going to give it to Kyra, and Kyra, Kyra deserves it, or maybe even DJ. He may even give it to DJ, but he'd probably give it to Kyra. What's bullshit, inept? I don't even, Dan, you should do that. That would be that'd be awesome. That'd be cool to see your award show. Was Rob the guy that got drunk on live and then he made that video saying that he was done? Okay. Me and your chat. And yes. Hey, Mimic Brew, anytime you want to come up, you can just take over this for me, man. We'll just have you. You can do the live. I think it's starting to snow a little bit. You can come on. You can do the live. Let's just do it. I'll give you my login information, everything. See, here's the thing. I don't dislike that's you can try to get me canceled. I think I've already tried to myself. I don't think that's and I don't think CTR is like a massive douche. I just think she should have lost more credit than what she has by the simple fact that she loves calling people out and she said I'll never do a rip and ship. Well, then she goes over to CTR, does a rip and ship, and then she defends CTR while she hates on Nostalgianomics. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? People don't care. No, Mr. Brew, I have made drama content. I have talked about who have I talked about? I talked about CTR. I've talked Era. I've talked about Pokey and E and Rattle and nothing, my friend, which is fine. I don't want a bunch of the I don't want to be the drama content guy. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that about CTR for sure. Like you said, everybody's talking about greed right now. Everyone's saying how greedy people are. People are now finally realizing, and I've been saying it for a while, that that greed is running rampant in this community. So I feel like Dan, I feel like I was about the same as I was with that video that took off, especially with the Pokey and E one, and then with the Kyra one. Dan, you just don't care. That's honest. That's you don't care, and you don't have to care. You don't pick a side. You know, at least I don't think so. From what I've seen, you you buy what you want to buy. You know, and you're very transparent. Like you said that you wanted people. You're going to go harder with Vault X. You want to try to push more Vault X, which means of course more money for you. So you're 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 you put yourself perfectly in the middle. I think. Here's the thing. This is inept what you said about the rip and chips where CTR said he'd never do rip and chips. Apparently, you can say one thing and then go back on it. That's why we were talking about earlier with me. I'm a big UPC fan, UPC SPC fan. I really like the boxes. I really like the Team Rocket Moltres box. I'm not going to go to GameStop and pay $200 for it or support GameStop. Could I? Yes, but then that goes against everything I've said. So I'm trying to set a precedent, and I'm trying to. When I say something, I mean something. But it's okay. People are okay with YouTube content creators just going to the hottest flavor of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like Henry, he said he loved, or not that he loved, but that he liked Phantasmal Flames. He thought it was like a 7 out of 10, or maybe an 8 out of 10. And now he's like, Phantasmal Flames is Obsidian Flames 2.0. It's not that great. So that's okay. That is okay. Agree with it, but that's okay. So yeah, that's true. That's true, Dan. Very good point. of course, DM about. Okay, here's the thing though, Dan. Do you do you think? Yeah, I watched your live that you did with DJ. So now I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm scared of you, but when I watch all your videos, I'm like, oh, Dan's this super like straightforward but really nice guy. And then I saw how you were with Plumber and how you were with Pokey and E, where Plumber was like, I'm poor, and you're like, oh, there's Plumber, his broke ass, or not his broke ass, but Mr. Hyper Shill, PSA, PSA reseller, and then Pokey and E, like you kind of run his ass. But do you? A lot of people say that Phantasmal Flames is Obsidian Flames 2.0, and I just don't agree with that. So, yes, you may think that it's ass, but do you think it's really on the same level as Obsidian Flames? No, Plumber was on the chat. He came. DJ said that, oh, Plumber's in here, and Plumber's comment was like, "I'm broke," and you were like, essentially, "Fuck Plumber. He's a PSA reseller now, telling people to buy all these PSA cards he has," which I thought was hilarious. But when I've seen you in the lives, man, like you can be pretty cutthroat, which I appreciate. I just thought you weren't that wasn't really your style as much. So I'm like, damn, I hope Dan doesn't ever talk shit about me. That would kind of you'll cut somebody a thousand different ways. Yes, Brandon, absolutely. Flip flopping is the new flavor of the week, man, for sure. But we knew that though. Or what are people saying about Ascending Heroes Dragonite, that they like it? Because I've been telling you guys for a while before it was even revealed that people are gonna not like Dragonite, and then they're they're gonna say, "Oh, it's amazing." So yeah, I'm not talking about the booster box prices. I'm talking about like the set, like the cards. I feel like personally that the and I know I'm one of the one few people that like the Sharpedo, but I think that the SIRs for Phantasmal are better. I think the Charizard's better than Obsidian Flames. So my argument is it can't be Obsidian Flames 2.0 because it's better than that. Okay. Well, you paved the way for Joey and Kai. That is, I don't think Joey would like that very much. I think Joey would argue that for you. Joey, I don't like the Rotom. I'm just saying. I'm not saying all of the SIRs are better. Yes, Brandon, very true. As far as cards go, it's pretty equal. Okay. Okay. Like I said, I can personally separate Phantasmal Flames from Obsidian Flames. I get people's comparison to it. I just think that, you know, it is the especially the SIR is far superior than the Charizard SIR from Obsidian Flames. Yeah, that everyone hates on the Sharpedo, and I just like I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm like, I like that card, which I get it. There's cards I don't like. Um, and everyone's like, "Oh, the 1% that likes Sharpedo," and I'm just like, "Fuck you! I like that card." Yeah, I know, Brandon. I'm very jealous that you. Which actually, I have the Sharpedo coming in Japanese for. I paid what was it, 13, $16 for it. So I'm excited. I have not seen any of the SIRs from Phantasmal or Mega. So well, I don't have a lot of card shops near me, you know. So oh, and by the way, guys, let me know what you think. It's okay if you can't make it. Um, Monday night, I'm thinking about doing a live. So it would be a video Monday, and then a live later that night because I gotta do night work all the rest of the week. Really, the Superior. I'll have to look. I think it's pretty cheap in Japanese right now, so that might not be a bad pickup. So I mean, I'll believe you. I'm actually about to this week. I am going to get the Zekrom and the Reshiram in Korean for 150, which I'm very excited for from Black Ball White Flare. And then the Genesect will be Japanese. It's like $19. But I'll check out that Superior if you think it's a good card. I'll check it out. That's what we need. What we need from you, Inept, we need you to get drunk and do a live. I would cancel my live right now. Be like, oh, sorry guys, I gotta go, and go over and watch you just degenerate all you have. And then I would be like, hey buddy, I need you to send me this card, and you'd be like, okay, that would be awesome. Okay, yeah, yeah, Dan. I'm gonna check out that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see later what it's going for on eBay. So yeah, I bought the Hydreigon. So whenever that set first got revealed, the Hydreigon was like my number two. The Zekrom, when I saw that card, I was like, that card goes so hard. The Lightning, um, and I did pull the Keldeo in Japanese. So I already have that in a PSA 9, which sucks that I got a PSA 9, but my daughter has it in her room. So I got the Hydreigon. It was like $13. So I've been waiting on that Zekrom, waiting on the Reshiram, but the Zekrom, it's like what, 220 right now? So yeah, I need to go ahead and buy all black ball white flare. All six Rotoms and no Zards. I bet you that you pull two Zards, one Dawn, and a gold Charizard. You know what's crazy is the amount of gambling websites. So obviously there's like box.gg, and then now there's Courtyard, and Courtyard saying how they're so much better than GameStop. The people don't understand. If this continues to happen with everything that PSA is doing, we're looking at a CSGO situation. I don't know how many of you are familiar with CSGO, what happened. I know Joey's talked about it, but people are playing a dangerous game, and it could really affect Pokemon for a minute. Not forever, not forever, but for a minute. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to see Zorark. Yeah, is the no? That's Zorua. I need to look at the. I'm just not honestly. I, I'm not a huge fan. I know this is gonna sound bad, but I'm not a huge fan of Zorark. I'm kind of over the all the Zorark love that's been happening lately. That's crazy. Yeah, that's great. Two Zekroms. Yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten to open up a bunch of black and white either, but that I'd be very happy with that. Yep, I remember giving you that Embor. Okay, so you already, but you're still missing the monochromes, aren't you? Because you're missing the two Victinis, and maybe you have one of the monochromes, or maybe you don't. Yeah, gambling and kids. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. I was playing with a kid. I was 16 at the time. He was 13, and he was using his skins and his credit card, his mom's credit card, and probably about a year later, that's when it hit the fan. Especially with content creators. Content creators, they're supporting it, they're pushing it, they're getting paid for it. That brings only more attention to bigger organizations, and then so when you get a big old fist in, and it will change. It will change the the market. Uh, Brandon, Woody, I don't have the Reshiram. Yes, CS:GO, the gambling. Yeah, yes, I agree with that, Dan. 100%. I like the Hisuian Zoroark way better than normal Zoroark. Yeah, the only one of those Crown Zenith cats that I don't like. Right, it's not even cats; it's the dogs, the legendary dogs. Um, is Inte because they did him like cartoonish ish style, where with uh, Suicune and Raikou, or however it's actually pronounced, they did just normal. Uh, but the Entei is kind of cartoonish, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't think they're cats. I think they're legendary dogs. Isn't that right, Dan? Now, guys, remember, inept is extremely drunk. Okay, so here, Dan, what do you think is going to happen? What are we going to look like beginning, middle, and late 2026, market wise, hard wise? Predictions like where do you think you see the Bubble Mew or Umbreon? Unless you're waiting to make that for a video. I know, I know they are. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like legendary dogs. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh no, dude! Back in the day when I was drinking, um, back when I was drinking, open bars were the best. I don't know. Oh come on, Dan. Okay, okay. I think he's bought. Everybody's just getting fucked up tonight, huh? Also, I saw Dan vapes. Of course, he may not be vaping. It may not be that nicotine, but that was a little surprising. Yeah, I agree with that. I hope the Sunbrand goes down. I could see. Let me know if you guys think this is crazy. I could see Umbreon have 600 lowest, maybe. Yeah, that's where it's at, Bond. I am almost 3 years sober. Okay, I'll check that out whenever I get done with this live. Yeah, I thought that they were dogs. I value nicotine and no drugs. Okay, there you go. There you go, Nept. Whew, sounds like my turkey's out. Sorry, guys, we're gonna go inside because my hands are frozen solid. Roaring Moon SIR is way better than Rayquaza VMAX. What are you doing up? Did they wake you up? You know that they doxed us? Uh, Harry came on. He found my YouTube live, and he was like, "Do you live in Paducah?" And I was like, "You little shits." I was like, "I bet it's one of you." And then they came up. Frank came up, and he's like, "Yeah, there's people." So I'm going out to the table. They can't see anything. Sorry, guys. The wife doesn't want you guys to see my house. My hands are frozen. Sorry. Let me see. Roaring Moon SAR. You talking about from Prismatic? I agree. I do. I'm not a big fan of Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies. I think that it is very. I don't think it should be like an $800 card like it's currently going for. Yeah, just keep it down. I just couldn't be out there any longer. My hands are frozen. What are you looking for? All they see is a box. I don't see your little horde pile. Yeah, I think the Roaring Moon is better, and it's Shinji Kanda. Everybody loves Shinji Kanda. I'll tell you what, Brandon. Woody, I'm not a fan of the Komiya. Didn't they do the Ascended Heroes Mewtwo? Well, yeah, I mean, what do you think though about? What do you think, Dan, about Prismatic though? Because Prismatic, I think, is terrible to open. Yeah, no. Woody Shinji Kanda did the Roaring Moon. They've done Magnezone from Surging Sparks, the promo. They did the Magic Cart. They did the Roaring Moon, and what else have they done? I feel like I'm leaving something else out. Oh, and then the Oricorio. I want the Umbreon VMAX really bad too. You know, that's one of my gold cards. Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I think Prismatic will do extremely well, just because the simple fact it has God packs. Evolving Skies did not have God packs. Evolving Skies, of course, had all the evolutions, and of course, it had Rayquaza and it had Dragonite. Um, but there's the Roaring Moon. I think the Roaring Moon's better than the Rayquaza. So I think the only thing though is it's not going to do what Evolving Skies did because one of them is a boost box, one of them is an ETB, but I think the ETB will still do very well. And I chat here and watch TV. I don't, I don't, I don't know what you mean, crazy. Yeah, I mean, if you've got what like the sticker collection, the like little 3 pack or something like that. Yeah, but booster bundles, ETBs, SPCs, stay away from. I would not be opening those. Oh yeah, Silent Toad. Thank you, Brandon. I for that. I knew I was forgetting one of them. Yeah, no, Evolving Skies is way better. Like there is not people want there to be an Evolving Skies so bad. They want each generation, and I do think that each generation there is a set that does better than any of the other sets of that generation. So, you know, depending on who you are, Cosmic Eclipse or Tag Team for Sun and Moon. And then you have Evolving Skies. But when you look at what all of our Evolving Skies had, even though the pull rates were extremely bad, there's just Destined Rivals is not comparable to Evolving Skies. But people want it to be that so bad. And honestly, I don't think we'll have, I could be wrong, but I don't think in Mega, during the Mega block, I don't think that we're going to have something that people are gonna be like Evolving Skies level, that they're even compare it to. Let's see, Pull Toad and the other, not Toad. Yeah, I know, I think, Dan, you're still waiting on that Toad, aren't you? So we were talking, Dan, about I think that because of how quickly booster boxes have aged, that we actually might see like Destined Rivals when reprints come. If reprints come, I think they will come. That it may sit at, let's say the floor is 250, then it's going to sit at 250 for a couple of years instead of how with like Evolving Skies where it just kept climbing and climbing. I feel like Scarlet and Violet has had that accelerated growth. Let me know what you think about that. I'm going to assume based off your comment that you probably strongly disagree with that. No, you're good. Okay. Inept, are you talking to me or are you talking to Ludwig? And what are you talking about? Okay, but the set is crazy deep with a lot of amazing cards. 'Cause I saw you say what that was rage baiting. I don't know what I'm rage baiting about. Evolving Skies. I've seen Evolving Skies sleeve packs. They're almost at $50. Like Evolving Skies is to the point you just don't open it. It's sleeve packs, non-sleeve packs, unless you're doing like a rip and ship or something crazy like that. Oh, okay, gotcha. What's Destined Rivals at right now? It's the highest it got was 500. I think it's currently going for almost 410. We're talking about 15 different things crazy. We're talking about Dan Mimic Brew. He said that Destined Rivals will hit 1,000 quicker than Evolving Skies. And I was telling him, I think that when we get reprints and stuff, we'll probably see like stagnation. Like the floor, let's say the floor for Destined Rivals, it gets down to 250 on the secondary market. Then um, it might take longer because it's already climbed so high so fast. Yeah, I think that's what it's going for right now. I think it's 410. I think it took a minute for it to crack back over 400 and it's going. Is that on? Oh, yeah. So that's Facebook. So in January 2029, can Destined Rivals be at $1,000 a box? So that's what, 3 years? Can it be? Yes. Do I think it's going to be? It's just a factor. It's just there's so much that has to be factored in. Do we get booster box reprints? Let's say we do, or let's say we don't. Then yeah, how many waves of reprints do we get? There's a whole bunch of factors. So yeah, it could be 1,000, or if it gets a bunch of reprints, I could see it maybe 750. Let's see. No, I agree. I agree that with booster boxes, I wouldn't even say booster boxes are coming out 250. I'd say they're coming out like what 280, 300 recently with all the recent sets. So again, that's why I was asking you what you thought about, you know, since we've had such insane growth, do you think that the market will kind of flatline for a while, considering reprints and all that stuff? Or if we don't, then obviously, yeah, Death Survivors will be 1,000 by the end of next year. And like I said, there's a bunch of factors that have to be, involved. Yeah, like I said, crazy. I understand what Bruce's saying. I think I think that yes, under the right circumstances, um, because that would be 3 years because we're pretty much in 2026. So January 2029, in 3 years, I could see it being $1,000 a booster box. But at the same time, depending on how booster box reprints, how many waves of booster box reprints, where does it start? I could see in January of 2029, I can see it being like 750 instead of 1,000, or I could see it being over 1,000. So I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. I get what you're saying. There's a whole bunch of factors that nobody knows about. So, yeah, you're right. You're right, Dan. It could be, let's say, Destined Rivals, December of 2028 is sitting around what 500. They decide January, February they want to go all in. Yeah, absolutely. Then you can definitely see it. I can say in 4 years. So if we're talking about 2030, yeah, Destined Rivals will be over 1K. That's for sure. Yeah, I agree, Brandon. There's a shit ton of factors. Yeah, like I said, 2026. That it's going to tell us within the first 6 months. I imagine very quickly what we're looking at. Pokemon is going to tell us, hey, yeah, like we're not really going to focus on booster boxes. You might get a wave or two of reprints of booster boxes, but that's it. Or they're going to shock everybody. Or they may just go, hey, we're gonna go with the ancillary product. So we'll give you a couple opportunities to load up on boxes. But after that, that's it. That's all she wrote. Yeah, no, Dan, 100%. Destin Rivals will be a set that people want, without a doubt. I don't think Destin Rivals is Evolving Skies even on the same level. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't go to LGSs or anything like that. I don't have any by me. I've got one, but it's like a really small in a closet. So um, the thing that I don't know about Destin Rivals is how much of it is actual want, like people think it's a good set, compared to people telling other people that it's a good set and you should invest in this set because this set is Evolving Skies. Everyone knows what Evolving Skies is. Like I feel like there's a lot of fake love for Destin Rivals because everyone's so afraid of the next Evolving Skies situation. Yeah, I think Pokemon Center ETBs will be quite expensive in a couple years for Destin Rivals, especially. I mean, look at what the normal ETBs do. It normal ETBs, what, $110? Crazy. Yeah, I I really hope that they don't just start not printing a lot of booster boxes and just a bunch of ancillary product, Walmarts and Targets. And if they do, eventually hype will die down and products gonna sit, and then Pokemon will go back to booster boxes. We will see booster boxes, of course, at some point. Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. That's a great point. That's what I've been telling people. Is even though I'm not a big fan of Destin Rivals, I don't really care for most of the cards in Destin Rivals. There's some that I do. It's Team Rocket, and we have what, two other Team Rocket sets ever. So the fact that Pokemon doesn't ever do Team Rocket, and they could, maybe we get a Team Rocket set like every 2 years. You never know. It's unlikely, but just off that simple fact, people, yeah, it's going to do well. So that's an excellent point. They do, they do. Yep. Yeah. Uh, the ETBs are awesome. The, Especially when you have the Pokemon Center one next to the normal ETB, where it's the red on black and the black on red. Yeah, they're good looking. The booster box is okay because it's just a white box. It's got the was it Mewtwo and Giovanni, but I feel like it would have been cooler if they did like a black and red box, or red and black. But they could have done something to make it look cool, just like they did with Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike. Just kind of give it that little next oomph level. Well, Brandon, you don't have to. You got 30 packs for what? 200 bucks, something like that. So you're gonna get a booster box when they do, the restock at Walmart. You just gotta get six more packs, and you're gonna have a booster box for what? Do something? Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think they're gonna do another Team Rocket set. I'm just saying, like hypothetically speaking, they could. But Pokemon just does not like to do Team Rocket based sets very often. Okay, so you paid 180 for 30 packs. So yeah, I mean, you're essentially going to have a booster box. Of course, you don't have it all, in the Destin Rivals. At the end of the day, you have 36 sleeve packs, which will do better than normal packs. It's still, you're paying half price for it right now. Yeah. Yeah, Bond. I mean, Destin Rivals is very popular. You go to Walmart, like I said, my Walmart had Destin Rivals, Phantasmal Flames, Mega Evolutions. They all had about the same amount of product. I went back the next day, and half of the Destin Rivals boost, like the case, was gone. The other Phantasmal Flames, Mega Evolutions, it looked like nobody even touched it. So, again, I just wonder how much of it is actual real demand compared to fake demand. Like I said, how many people actually do like Destin Rivals, do like the Mewtwo in Destin Rivals or the Ho Ho in Destin Rivals, compared to how many people like it because everyone's telling them to like it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I think if Evolving Skies is going for $50 right now, a sleeve booster, which I think they're going to go up for sure. You're going to see Evolving Skies sleeve boosters like hundreds of dollars in some point. You know, it's all. I can see it. I can see Destin Rivals. Here in the next couple of years, I can see Destin Rivals sleeves. I don't know because there's going to be a bunch. I don't know. I'd say $40, $40 a sleeve, and that's not the top. That's just here in a couple years. 2030. Don't underestimate the power of the rip and shippers. Yeah, I feel like you know, yes, rip and shippers are a huge. I don't. Depending on how you look at it, a huge problem. They are ripping through a crazy amount of packs, but eventually, people are not going to be using rip and ships as much as they have been. Um, and I think that there's more product in people's collections or investments, like their garages and their bathrooms and their spare bedrooms and their basements than what people are giving it credit for. So if Pokemon, hypothetically, speculation, if Pokemon reprints Best Rivals, Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, maybe we get a little bit more, 151, maybe a little bit more Paldean Fates, you know, Black Bolt White Flare, like I said, Black Bolt White Flare is going to be hard because it's two completely different sets, in my opinion. Um, Journey Together, I don't know if we're going to get a bunch of it, but let's say Pokemon in 6 months dumps a mega shit ton of booster boxes and product. The people that have been hoarding all this stuff that people will just act like is not a thing. If a bunch of people get flushed out at one time or the same time, I just feel like it's going to completely negate what rip and shippers are, and then people are going to leave. Then people aren't going to be doing rip and ships as much. So yeah, could be wrong. Could be wrong. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about Crown Zenith, yeah, I mean, well, but look how long Pokemon printed Crown Zenith to the ground, grabbed a shovel, and dug 10 more feet, and then continued printing on top of that. So, um, but honestly, Crown Zenith is some people, Crown Zenith, some people, a lot of people say that is like the best set of all time. Like better than Evolving Skies, better than, any other set. So, Crown Zenith is a very popular set and people like it. The pull rates are good. Those biblical gold cards are awesome. There's the Pikachu trainer gallery. So Crown Zenith has a lot going for it. So I can see why people want Crown Zenith because it is more rewarding than your Prismatic Evolutions or even your Destined Rivals. You know, there's no PSA lawsuit. All they did was somebody filed a complaint with the gambling organization, the people that happened with CS:GO, the same organization, and all they apparently what happens is the first complaint they just note it, so it's a note in their system, but there's nothing that's done. It'll have to be a bunch of people complaining about it for them to look into it. But once they look into it, if they find kids are involved, it's GG's. It's GG's, and like the rip and ships will go. Like it's going to change the Pokemon market sphere in a very drastic way. Maybe not for a long time, but definitely very short. Like for a while, things are going to be different. What do you mean, Dan? They will stop though. If you're still in here, I don't. Normally you say that you're leaving, so I assume you're still in here. Oh yeah, dude. I think it's like the, it's like firearms. It's like they're the people you don't want to mess with. This organization. If you're not familiar with what happened at CS:GO, a bunch of gambling websites where you could like gamble away your skins. People were getting in there. Kids not even using credit cards; they just were using their skins that maybe their mom, their dad bought. They got gift cards from their grandma, grandparents, and a bunch of content creators were having websites with that gambling aspect behind it, and they came crashing down, and they stopped it. They stopped. So it's not something you want to mess with. They're the real deal. Yeah, and they will go. Because they'll go after PSA and they'll go after GameStop, especially if more people come out about these trade offers, or not trade offers, but like these sell offers where they say, "Oh, it's a 9," and then it turns out to be a 10. I think the thing is when people sell their cards though, they just sell them. They just sell them, they get rid of them. I think if more people look back at their cert numbers, I guarantee you a lot of those cards that were 9s, they probably got turned into 10s somehow. Um, they'll go after them for that. So PSA and GameStop are playing a dangerous game for sure. On top of Courtyard, Box.gg, because there was a CS:GO site. It was like I can't remember what it's called, but it had .gg on it as well. Same stuff. If you look, if you're not familiar with the CS:GO, look up CS:GO gambling scandal, and there's documentaries, little short YouTube 30-minute documentaries on it. I go over it. It's interesting to watch. They are. I think Brew left, or I made him fall asleep. So I didn't know what he's talking about. Okay, market. Woody. So you don't agree with what I'm saying at all, Woody? You don't think that government entity would come in because I mean they did it with CS:GO. It's a marketplace. It's virtual skins. These are physical cards that you own and possess. So if, I'm not interested in your land, and we can agree to disagree for sure. But like I said, I would look into the CS:GO situation. Those are virtual; you don't own them compared to something you physically own. I still appreciate you. You might grade your IRs with Beckett. Are you trying to just kind of stay? But you have a bunch of cards that you're ready to go with PSA, or you just think that your IRs would have a better chance of getting like tens or blacks. Yeah, Inkblot, nice to see you, man. I haven't seen you the last couple times, so hope you're doing well. Hope your videos are doing well also. And I agree. People need to stop going with PSA, but they're not. Like I said, people are going to make content and comment about PSA, but they're going to have their cards still go to PSA. You know, like people aren't going to do anything different. They're just going to complain about it. No, that's for sure. EGS, they are they're pretty consistent. They're pretty brutal too. So if your card is not perfectly centered, yeah, they'll let you know for sure. So, yeah, yeah, Brandon. Graded cards. I think it just depends. Like I think that. So, for example, I was not a big fan of grading. I also didn't know how to grade until I started doing grades, which is not a lot. Um, I got the SPC Fruit Bowl Eevee from Prismatic Evolutions, and I sent it off to PSA. It's like a what I think Dan just did a video about it. It's 20, 40 bucks, and it got up to 600 bucks. I think it was like 600 bucks earlier this year during the whole boom. So, but like if you know what you're doing, and you can get like tens day in day out, which PSA is a little bit harder because like some of the tens are not tens, other tens are tens. Like PSA is very inconsistent. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, you can like you can get pretty much any booster box. If you see a card at a card show or at a store, and let's say it's a $30 card, but in a PSA 10, it's 400 bucks. That's the easiest money you're going to make. You're going to pay, even if you pay for express shipping without PSA being behind. Your 5 to 10 day wait period. So you're in at $100, and you can turn around and sell it for, even if you sell it at 80%, what, 320. So you're it might maybe even more than that. Just quick math. You just made like 200 bucks in 2 weeks. So that's a booster box. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, BGS slabs are I think they're a lot easier to crack too. The hardest slabs to crack are tag slabs. They just break into a million pieces, and then you can scuff your card up really bad. Brandon, have you tried sending your card back in? Yeah. Have you guys heard the rumor that a lot of people think that Mega Evolutions was printed by a different company besides Pokemon because of how well the quality was? Because I thought, like, from everything I saw, from me personally, what I saw, Mega Evolution seemed the base set seemed to have really good centering. The cards seemed really super clean. Like people were like, yeah, we're gonna like Pokemon's. doing really good. And then lately, it's been bad from what I've seen. Like it's back to normal. So people are like, they had to have had somebody else print those cards. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sports players printed on them. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, like I would not. Like you're shining Gyarados. I don't know, Brandon. I don't know what the back of it looks like, but I mean, if you sent that in to get it graded, and like an eight, a six to an eight is good. Like that's good money for that card. So, but yeah, that's what my concern would be is having one of those cards. And lately, I've been hearing a ton of people getting their PSA tag submissions stolen. FedEx knows the addresses, and they'll see your package and they'll just take it. And then all that said is package lost or package damaged, and they don't have to give you any proof. Your cards are just gone. So I would definitely wait. My advice to anybody is wait. First of all, PSA is super far behind. Beckett's not behind. Tag is still it's a mess. So unless you're going to send to BGS Beckett, I would not. I would just wait until people get caught up. The hype starts dying down. There's just so many things to have to worry about if you want to grade. Like I know Dan said that after he gets Scarlet and Violet done with the master set, he'll probably go back to grading, or he might go back to eBay selling. But Dan's got a following. If he makes noise about it, they'll probably find his package. Want to curb stomp a slab someday? I might be able to send you a slab. Oh yeah, see, that's what you gotta be careful of. Inept. People know. People know what's going on. They know, hey, this box, it's this size. So yeah, it's some scary times we send some stuff off. You will start grading. So are you like I said, I think you'd be okay. Because like if your cards get lost, FedEx can't ignore you. You can post some stuff on Instagram, YouTube, people will be all over your butt. Are you gonna kind of wait or are you just gonna take the chance? Maybe send some smaller stuff, see how that goes. What's your plan? Okay. Yeah. I mean a six or seven of that. Yeah, I mean, guys, yeah. Brandon, if you want to drop those pictures you email me if you feel comfortable enough doing it. Brandon's got some solid old cards. You told that I buy cheap cards. Oh, yeah. See, he's like, oh, I don't want anything to do with that. You're wrong. Okay. Yeah. See, though, like you got connections, or just have if your cards just disappeared, have Joey make a video. And his army of people will be all over it. No, man, you got what the Shining Charizard, Shining. What is it? Kabutops too? Maybe was it Shining Tyranitar? You got sick cards. Some sick cards. You got more views than Joey this week. Damn. Yeah, that's. I like the way that you do your content. You do just 3 videos pretty much back to back, right? You don't do anything for 5 days, and then it's pretty much the next 3 days are all back to back videos. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, and especially if they're all in good condition. I know. I know, Brandon. I don't know about your area, but some places, some like call it not, some card shows will have where they'll grade it there. That might be a good option for you. I know that you may not feel like you need to, but I would definitely rather if I can get those cards graded while I'm there. That way, they're protected. Because even in your binder, you never know what could happen. So I would just hate for anything that happened to any of those cards because you have some really awesome cards. What? Yeah, Voltex code brew gets you 5%. What couldn't you do, Ink? 10%. 10%. Even better. Quapless. Yeah. Yeah. Don't you have what is it? The Gengar, the one that GameStop made a big deal about because they bought it for 30K. It was a PSA 10. I can't remember what it was. What Gengar it was. I'm pretty sure that's the one it was. Yeah, Neo Destiny. Yeah, the Neo Destiny Gengar because he kind of looks creepy. He's like kind of like shifting. Oh, it's not that one. Okay, thought that was the one that um, in your binder, but maybe it wasn't. Oh, Sabrina's. Okay. I don't know. Ink, go check out Inept's channel if you haven't. He doesn't post that much, but the dude's in. He's opened up card games I've never even heard of. Oh, the one that they bought. Yeah, that one was in Neo Destiny, wasn't it? There's so many good old cards, but all those that are so good are they're just so expensive. So it was so expensive. Yeah, and he like I said, I was watching one of his videos, and he was opening like it was all a bunch of free stuff he's gotten from orders like on eBay and all that. And some of them I've never even heard of these trading card games. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I really like this card," and they're interesting for sure. So if you like seeing that kind of random stuff that you don't see all the time, and also he's got a sick Pokemon collection. It's, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, yeah, your Dark Charizard. No, I think it was a Dark Charizard. Yes, it was. And then your Shining Charizard was really nice too. And after his bailing for sure. Nah, he's not bailing. He's not. He. I don't know what he does. I don't. I don't know what he does to have as much money as he has. He's constantly buying from what I'm seeing. It's it's great. That's great for him, but it's he's like on that Mitch level, you know? Like where Mitch is like, hey, I bought all these cases and these booster boxes, you know. I'm just saying, like I don't want to talk about Mitch again. We already talked about Mitch like 2 hours ago. And that's just on that level. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Investing. People love it. It would be really interesting, Brandon, to be honest with you. I think that you would probably be inept based off what you told me, like your overall value. That man, have you checked out his videos? That boy's got like half a room dedicated to Pokemon. I think it'd be closer than what you think it'd be. I mean, he's a fiend. He's got boxes. He's got a mountain of boxes on his back wall. And then all the way down his stairs, man, it's just boxes in his cards like that he's ordering. You know what I'm saying? Like booster boxes and stuff like that. Like, did you clean it? How's my nose look, guys? I think Brew left. He could have said bye. So rude. No, I know. Joe, we're about to wrap it up, man. You joined way too late. I do too. Like he he comes in, he says how much you guys know him way better than me, and then he just leaves. He just leaves. He doesn't even say bye. He did that last week too. He did it last week with Joey when Joey was here. Rude, Joe. That's rude, man. This is we've done what? We're at an hour, or no, we're at 149 minutes. So that's what, almost 2.5 hours on top of the 30-minute one. So that we've done 3 hours, man. You missed out. It is a man of mystery. Sure is. Remind me next time he shows up, I gotta give him a hard time. Be like, hey, next time, why don't you just say bye? Hey guys, well, we are going to wrap it up. It is 1 o'clock my time. Who knows what time it is, you crazy people? I've greatly appreciated the last 2 days of lives. It's been really fun. Be on the lookout. Monday morning, I will be dropping a video. Nothing too crazy. Just dropping a video. We're going to start doing Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Of course, Fridays, Saturdays will go live too. Thank you guys all for the support. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Bye.